What is the zero generation in language evolution? Imagine the very first sparks of human communication. That's what the zero generation is all about. It's the initial group of people who start creating a new way to talk. This stage is super important because it marks the shift from simple signals like gestures or calls to something more structured. In the world of linguistic anthropology, especially when studying Pidgins and Creoles, the zero generation is the first people who combine basic sounds or signs into meaningful units. They lay the groundwork for a new language to grow. Think about early humans. They probably started with simple sounds or gestures to get their needs across. Maybe a grunt for food or a wave to say hello. Over time, these signals became more complex as social groups interacted. The zero generation used what's called a proto-language. It was made up of basic one-word utterances or signals that pointed to objects, actions, or ideas. This stage didn't have fancy grammar or a big vocabulary. It was simple but very important. It was the first step toward full language. In the case of Pidgins and Creoles, the zero generation is the first group of speakers who create a simplified language. This language, called a pidgin, mixes elements from different native languages. The zero generation uses these basic mixes to communicate. Over time, as more people adopt and expand this system, it can turn into a Creole. A Creole has more complex grammar and vocabulary and is learned as a native language by the next generation. The role of the zero generation is to start the process of turning signals into meaningful language. They set the basic rules that future speakers will build on. Their interactions show how language can change and grow through social contact and cultural needs. Understanding this helps us see how human language might have started from simple sounds or gestures. It also explains how new languages can emerge when different language groups come into contact. The zero generation is the first step in the long journey of language evolution.